Will you please stop trying to become a different version of yourself? Please. Stop trying to become a different version of yourself. Said it twice because I wanted it to land. Hi, I'm Megs Bassili. Welcome to Sacred Wealth. This is a portal for multidimensional CEOs ready to embody wealth at every level. This is your space to collapse timelines, unlock your wealth identity, and rise into the legacy leadership without force. This is frequency first formula. This is frequency first foundation. Don't know what the last word is yet. I'm working on it. Okay, frequency first. You're so busy trying to become the best version of yourself you possibly can be. You are so busy trying to be the version of you that is aligned with wealth. The version of you that you are now is aligned with wealth. Okay. Every version that you have ever been is being in alignment with wealth. Okay. One big thing that gets in the way of receiving money, no matter what version you are in of yourself, is having energetic protection. Energetic protection. So I'll tell you a little bit of a story. I'm going to tell you, this is multidimensional entrepreneurs. There are like ADHD tendencies in multidimensional entrepreneurs because we actually have energy tapped into multiple dimensions at once. And so that's why we flip and change we go round and round in circles and, all that kind of stuff, is because we're actually got energy in different dimensions. And so once you understand that, you'll understand how I tell a story. Okay, so first story is I moved to this new area 10 years ago. Okay, and I had my hair salon here in this actual room that I'm recording this. And I started getting nightmares and started getting like very intense nightmares. Actually, I woke up punching my husband because he'd started smoking. And I went to a psychologist and she said that I'm an empath and that I absorb other people's energies and somebody is psychically attacking me. That was a lot of new information that came through. And so I started Googling what an empath is. This was 10 years ago. This was before ChatGPT. If ChatGPT was around back then, I would have been going, hey, ChatGPT, what the F is an empath? And what does that mean? And all of the things. But I had to Google it. Lame. And it came up that empaths actually make really good psychics. And I was astounded by that. I was like, I always wanted to be a psychic. Little did I realize that everybody can do it. So I went and did a psychic development course 10 years ago. And the big thing about it was protect your energy, protect your energy, protect your energy. If you're an empath and you absorb energy, protect your energy, put a protection wall up, put a bubble out. And I used to teach this. Okay. I used to teach this. And so after a while of cementing in your bubble every single day, now 10 years later, my bubble just goes up automatically. I don't even need to think about it. It's just always there. And so on the weekend, my husband's a bit of a car nut and he had to go and get a car part. And we went to Wollongong and it's just such a beautiful area. We were near the beach. We were having some garlic prawns and some hot chips for lunch. And the sun was shining down on me and I'm sitting there like kind of calibrating to the ocean and the sun and all the things. And something just felt like I was missing. It was just a little something missing, so like a tiny bit of disconnection there. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was some kind of tiny disconnection there. I felt it. I felt it and I was actually dumbfounded by it. I thought to myself, there's always a disconnection there. There's always just a slight bit of disconnection there. And I couldn't put my finger on it. So I was kind of pondering. I gave it to the universe. I said, okay, God, what's this disconnection from? Let me know. Whenever you feel like I can receive that information would be great. Thanks. And within, I think, 20 minutes of that, I'm in the car on the way to pick up this car part. And I'm just sitting there, just contemplating, just pondering what it could be. And then all of a sudden, this voice came into my head saying, you stop protecting yourself. Stop protecting yourself. Stop protecting yourself. I heard it so clear, so loud, so deep. And I felt it instantly. I was like, oh, I'm protecting myself. How can I receive the glory of God? How can I receive the glory of the sun that God created and the sea that God created right there? And I couldn't absorb the energy properly because I'm always protecting myself. There's always some part of me that is bracing for the fact that something could go wrong at any moment. And when I really thought about it, I'm like, that's been there forever. Well, maybe not forever, for the past 10 years. And so, oh, my voice just cracked then. So I really seen it. I could see it, that a lot of the opportunities are bouncing off this protective wall that I have around myself, this energetic wall. And I don't put so much up there that it's like concrete, but it's become rock solid over time. I did not realize it. And so I broke it down. I put like a grenade into this wall and I broke it down into a million pieces. And I felt instant connection. I felt instant connection to divine source because I broke this wall down into a million pieces. And so breaking that down, Jesus was able to enter my heart like crazy good. And then the insights that have been coming from that are next level. So now I'm like, I don't want rules. I don't want to comply. I don't want to try and figure out. I don't care so much about strategy and structure. I have spent the last probably 2 months in my business, back end of my business, really trying to figure out what are my core pillars and what do I need to talk about the most and what. So much whatting and so much whying and so much howing. How do I do that? And 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 the truth of the matter is, I already know what the frig I need to do. I already know who I am. I've been doing so much research on how do I figure out who I actually am? How do I figure out what my mannerisms are? How do I figure out like all this stuff I've been trying to figure out. And I just haven't been able to figure it out because I'm not meant to. I'm not meant to figure it all out at once. And so I'm like, content pillars, like all the traditional things that I have been told to do in my business time and time and time and time again. You're not going to be able to be successful unless you have a 30-day plan. You're not going to be successful unless you have a 5-month plan or a 5-year plan, or you have to plan and you have to do this and you have to do. Over the course of my life, I'm telling you, over the course of my life, I'm 42. Do you know how many planners I've had? Do you know how many calendars I've bought? Do you know how many I don't know, all of it, all the planning things I have purchased. I went through a phase where I was like, oh, even though it's a digital era, I'm going to do paper still. Then I fill that thing out for a week and then like I just forget, or I don't know, it becomes messy and I hate it. I hate looking at it. Like I've bought so many different online planners as well. It's like they make it look so fancy with all the colors and the stickers they put on and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that. Yes. And then for like, I've written out a content plan, a 30-day content plan, I reckon 10, 15 times. Do you know how many times I've stuck with it? Big fat freaking zero. I've never been able to stick to a content plan. And I used to let that make me feel guilty. I'd be like, oh, nah, definitely not going to be successful. Didn't follow through with that 30-day plan. Nah, that's like, okay, great. It's day 15 and I have not filled out one day. So I'll start now. I'll figure it out now. And all those things that I was supposed to do 15 days ago, I'll put them 15 days after today. And again, like within 3 days, I'm like, what content plan? Oh, and then 5 days later, oh, that's right. I had that content plan. Shit, I didn't do it. And I made that feel like I'm a failure. I made that feel like, or meant that there was something wrong with me. So I need to become the version of me who has a planner. I need to become the version of me who blah, 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 blah. And really, at the end of the day, this behavior, this pattern of getting calendars and spending countless hours trying to figure out the plan and then not being able to execute it, it's not because there's something wrong with me. It's because I'm multidimensional and I am frequency first. Frequency first. So if I started this podcast and I did not know I would be talking about that, I've channeled this whole thing. I was like, oh, you know what would be fun to talk about? What happened on the weekend? Okay. And now here I am talking about planners and stuff. So don't make it mean that there's something wrong. Okay. This is a very big indication that I am frequency first, not strategy first, not structure first, not hustle first. I am frequency first. My energy is everything. And I'm no longer going to be wasting time trying to do a plan that I'm not going to execute. To me, that is more of a waste of time. That's going to lead me more to failure, wasting time on things that I know are not, that don't serve me. That is going to waste more time. That is going to be failure first. Okay. Because I know that about myself. So instead of making it wrong, I'm embracing it. Going, okay, flow, then flow. Fuck it. Frequency first, always frequency first. So on that note, I am going to let you go. Thank you for listening to me. I have so much love for you. Frequency first. Yeah, stay in your frequency, stay in your truth. This is what sacred wealth feels like. Lots of love.